Hi, I'm Anne Silvia, and the event that we had here today was my Volunteer Appreciation Luncheon, where I give thanks to my 60 plus volunteers who dedicated over 19,000 hours over the course of a year. And I was able to present the selectmen with a check for $612,478.16, and that is what all these volunteers saved the town. They're very dedicated. They do many different types of tasks here. It's the front office, it's social day, it's the kitchen, it's the newsletter, medical drivers, which is so needed for seniors who have no transportation. I am so appreciative to all of my volunteers, and not just single people that come into the senior center to volunteer, but organizations in the town who donate food when we have special events, or like the Lions Club, who does our gardens for us, and they do the Santa Senior program for us. There's so many wonderful people that support the COA, and I'm very grateful to every single one of them.
To get started here, I'd just like to make a few acknowledgments. Mr. Reese, Mark Reese, Town Administrator, is here. Thank you. Mr. Charlie Murphy is here, Selectman Charlie Murphy. And Mr. Bob Espandola is here, Selectman. And I truly and sincerely want to thank you, because, you know, they work, and they take time out of their work to come and do this every year, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll read off if you can't hear me, let me know. Okay. I'll read off my board members. Mr. Francis Cox is here. He is the chairperson. Mr. Jack Olivera, vice chair. Lee Allaire, secretary. Joan Mello, member. Robert Ryan, member. Carol Burke, member. Okay, so before I get to my volunteers, as you can see, the little box in front of you says thank you for your time. And so that was my theme this year, is how much time all of you spend, your own time, and it's just amazing how many hours that people put in throughout the course of the year. So I'm going to read the front of my newsletter because it will explain my new check this year. You're going to like this, Mr. Reese.
It's got a dollar sign on it.
It does. When we think about what is precious to us, we think first of family, and then probably of health and well-being. Then many people might say their time. Oh yes, time is very precious, because once it's been spent, we can never get it back. But when spending time volunteering, what you do get back is great satisfaction, knowing that the time you have spent in assisting someone has greatly improved their quality of life in some capacity. The independent sector released new statistics nationwide about volunteering in the USA. They reported that approximately 63 million volunteers across the nation provided 8 billion hours of time and talent improving the lives of their fellow Americans, thus contributing approximately $193 billion. The wage that the independent sector uses to calculate this amount is $24.14 an hour, which is the average that the sector assigns to each state using variables such as pro bono, cash contributions, and pay rate scales. So I'm just going to stop there for a second, because Emmett Schmazzo up at the EOEA, every year when I go for the formula grant training and I tell them about the check, he says, "That's not enough. You're not charging $12. That's not right. It's more than that." Well, he wasn't kidding, it was more than that. The wage, 24, where was I? It is also 2.5 more than last year, 2.5% more than last year. Washington, D.C. comes in first in the nation at a rate of $39.17 an hour. Guess what state comes in second? Massachusetts at a rate of $31.17. So Emmett was right. So with this new knowledge, I've decided to calculate the savings to the town of Fairhaven at the rate of $31.17 because you, my dear volunteers, are worth every single penny. COA volunteers provided the town of Fairhaven with 19,648 dedicated hours of their precious time. I will proudly present a check to the Fairhaven Selectmen and Mr. Reese for $612,428.60. I gotta go all the way down. The number is heavier. The check is heavier because the number is heavier. So, come on up and get your check. Down. Perfect.
All right, over half a minute.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll leave it over here and you can take it with you.
And we'll
Okay.
show that at our selectmen's meeting.
All right. That's like $400,000 more than last year. Okay. All right, now I'm going to get to my fun topic. That was fun talking. This is fun too. I'm going to take things out of order a little bit. I usually go through my volunteers that are under the roof here, so to speak, and then I talk about my volunteers out in the community. But I want to just take that out of order because these two ladies have another engagement. Of course, it's to do something very nice for someone. Jackie Bindis and Jackie Barnett from Gotta Have It, down the street. If you don't know where Gotta Have It is, just look for the big, gigantic Adirondack chairs. They have a beautiful store. And Lisa and Jackie are, and I sincerely mean this, probably the two most kindest, compassionate, and generous ladies I have ever met in my life.
Yeah.
They're amazing. Lisa's mom, Valentina Bindis, Val, we affectionately called her, was a social day participant for many years, and sadly we lost her last year. But that even like made I'm getting to done. Brought Lisa into social day even more. If you know, it's just always involved with social day. Yeah. The table and chairs out back, Lisa and Jackie. Social day loves that spot in the summer. They have picnics and they play bocce by their own rules. They provide food for special occasions. It's Italian Day, they come in with pizza and lasagna and salad. And Christmas, they come in with a full heart of love and arms full of blankets for everyone in Social Day, for all of the staff in Social Day, all of the COA staff, people who were walking in the door. It was just amazing. And then Lisa happened to be here one day, and Terry Cripps came through with some pet food for our Pets Eat Too for our seniors. And she said, "What's this?" And I said, "Well, we have a pet food pantry for seniors who have pets, but you know, dog food it's expensive, and to take care of the dog and vet bills, and sometimes they have to choose between their own meds and dog food." And so the next day, of course, here comes Jackie and Lisa. Well, no, Lisa came. Great big cartons of dog food, cat treats, dog treats, tons of it, and we appreciate that more than you'll know, honestly. The seniors are so grateful for that. They come in, and we'll call the ones that we know who need it, and they come in and they say, "Oh, thank you, tell them thank you." So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for everything that you've done for us.
Yeah.
But what I want to thank you most for, Lisa, is for sharing your beautiful mother with us for all those years. That was a gift that we will have forever in our memories, because that was one beautiful lady.
Yeah, it
So
was.
thank you. Okay. Let's start with our office
Yeah,
volunteers.
they did, always.
Michael Vossi's not here, he's at the Atria today. Freda St. Marie Johnson. There you are. Anne Silvia. There she is. Ann Gardella. And one more Ann Brake. And let me tell you, when somebody calls and says, "Is Ann there?" it takes 10 minutes to find the right Ann. Carolyn D'Antoni. Cecile Snell. Sandy Malamphy. And I'm going to save Doreen for a minute. These ladies spend hours and hours answering the phone, making appointments, changing appointments, making appointments and then changing those appointments, and then making transportation appointments and changing those, and just giving out information, and it goes on, and it's extremely appreciated, because we couldn't pay somebody to do that. It would be really difficult at that front office for the paid staff if it weren't for you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And Doreen Crawford. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what Doreen does.
Yes.
For us to get funding from the formula grant, the money that we get in that grant goes by the number of people that walk through the door. So unduplicated people would be one person coming through the door. A duplicated number would be if that person came 5 days for lunch, that's a duplicated number of 5. And so when they come in and they go to my senior center and they swipe their card and they touch lunch, it's calculated. And then at the end of the year, I take all those statistics and plug them in. Well, not everybody is as good as others about swiping in. So we do have sign-up sheets for all these different activities and events and classes and whatnot. And Doreen takes those sheets and goes through everyone and makes sure that their name was in that event, if they didn't swipe in, just to get all these numbers in. And because of that, she's able to capture a larger census. And then I can use those numbers and get a larger check. And so thank you, Doreen.
Thank you.
The formula grant that we got this year was $49,976. Last year was $42,000 and something. So that's there's two reasons. Doreen, and then everything went up. Everybody who unduplicated was $1 more. So it went from $11 a person to $12 a person. But most of that is from what you've done, so thank you very much. Social Day. Maureen's not here. Maureen Barrow is here every Monday faithfully, retired school teacher, and she does word games and trivia with Social Day, and they love it. And she's always doing baseball trivia with them, right? And they love her. Sandy Medeiros, hours and hours and hours of time she spends here. Not just to hear her name more, but thank you for all the hours you put in for Social Day. Chris LaVault, there she is. Thank you, Christine. She's another Social Day volunteer. Lots of time she puts in, and it's very much appreciated. Junior Clark.
Yes,
Junior's down there. He's here on Wednesdays. He's an extra set of eyes for us, and we appreciate that, Junior. Thank you. Rosalie Ventura, I don't think she's here yet. I think she might still be in Florida, but she's here through the summer with Social Day. And then we have Jack Oliveira.
Breadman.
The bread man. The bread man, donut man. He donates all of the breakfast food for Social Day. Every week he schleps in English muffins and donuts and bread. He goes to Market Basket. He knows all the employees and the bakeries. He goes all over getting stuff for us, and that's greatly appreciated. You know that, Mr.
I
Rowe.
know you did.
And then Bev Souza, again, Bev donates ice cream, soda, all kinds of things for Social Day, so they can have special treats in the afternoon. Bev, thank you. Jerry Giusti. He's the bread man, and she's the baker woman. Any special events that Social Day has, it's cupcakes, it's all kinds of treats, chocolates, and she's always there. What do you need? What do you want? What's coming up? Oh, Italian? Oh, we'll do cannoli, so we'll do this. She's got it all down, and you spend a lot of time doing that, Jerry, and I thank you very much. We're going to hear about her, too. Brian Rigo.
You're here.
Yeah. That's the man right there. Yeah, he's the man. Brian. I love you, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian Rigo, he's been volunteering for about 4 years, Brian?
Yeah.
In Social Day. He has got to be the most conscientious man I have ever met in my life. Because if somebody gets up to go to the bathroom, he very nonchalantly gets up and just kind of follows them and hangs out in the doorway to make sure that they don't go out that door and they come back this way. And he's very gentle, and he'll say, come on, I'll show you, come on back with me. And it's just, oh God, Brian, they love you so much. Brian was working at McDonald's and that stupid kiosk thing.
Yep.
Yeah, cut a lot of hours, and Brian lost his hours there. So, Brian, I'm going to look into getting you some paid hours here. You are worth your weight in gold. I'm sorry. I love you so much. I love you, Brian. Okay. The newsletter. Jackie Kenworthy is the editor of that newsletter, and she does a slamming job, and she's so patient because I'll put something in and then I'll say, oh, Jackie, can we change this? Yeah, no problem. And then, you know, we're forever changing things and rearranging things, and she just does a really good job. I mean, she did this. She designed this, you know, and she put everybody's name in, and she's awesome. So thank you, Jackie. I don't think she's here, but thank you so much. And Bob and Loretta Ryan, they take all these newsletters and deliver them to about 25 places.
3 pages on it.
Yeah, it's like 25 different places that you drop them off. And who drives and who gets out?
We take turns.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, here we go. Shine counselors.
Oh, yes, yes.
You two girls, Diane Perkins and Carolyn D'Antoni, are absolutely amazing. They're brilliant with all of the Medicare prescription stuff. People come in, literally some of them in tears because they have no idea what they're doing. They're totally confused with it, and they walk out a different person. During open enrollment, they work almost every day. I'm saying work, but it's volunteer. And Carolyn has a job too, right? A pay job. So she's squeezing all these people in around her pay job, and it's I don't know how you do it. It's just amazing. They meet people at McDonald's, they go to people's houses, they take phone calls at home all the time, they help people apply for Mass Health, which in itself is insane. They take trainings, you're amazing. Thank you. And I'll be seeing you in about 2.5 years. Fine. And Jean Silva also, she's not here, but she is a Shine counselor, and she has picked up a couple of hours a week, and that kind of helps out them a little bit to spread it around a little bit. So thank you, Jean. The tax preparers, they're not here today. Ann Layton, Michelle, and Ann Cambra, another Ann, 2 more Anns to add to the pile. They volunteer doing taxes for seniors. They do over 100 taxes. Well over 100.
Yeah.
Like 125 maybe. And it's one person right after another, right after another, right after another. They're here 2 days out of the week. And they are also brilliant, and they have a lot of patience too. So thank you to the tax preparers. Legal, we have Suzanne Seguin, attorney Suzanne Seguin, who comes once a month, and she does 15-minute pro bono sessions with people, and that's really helpful to a lot of seniors who just have a few questions. They don't really need an appointment with an attorney. They have a few questions, and then if it's something more elaborate, they'll go to her office. But she's amazing. And Rosa Farizo from South Coastal Counties Legal Services. That's all free legal services to seniors. They deal mostly with landlord issues and maybe credit issues, things like that. So thank you, Rosa. All we have to do is call her. Rosa, we have somebody, needs to see you. Boop, she's here the next day or the day after. She's really wonderful. Thank you to those 2 ladies. The next group of people are just indispensable. The medical drivers. These people probably don't realize how important they are in other people's lives, because when you don't have a car and you've got no way to get to the doctor, that's pretty stressful. And if you're sick and you've got all that stress on top of you, it's even worse. So, Marsha Mitchell, Donald Justin, Barbara Chase, Bob Ryan, Jeff Foster, and Anne Silvia will like be sitting at the desk, and somebody will call and say, I need a ride, I need it today, and whoop, she gets up, gets her pocketbook. Oh, she forgets her pocketbook. No. And out she goes just to pick the person up, and it's like no big deal. So it's you know, thank you so much. All the medical drivers. The biggest unmet need in the senior population is transportation, especially to Boston. And I think I might have that licked because some of the extra money in the formula grant that I got this year, Steve Riley has agreed to drive to Boston, that brave soul. So when somebody calls and said, I need to get to Boston, we'll call Steve if he can do it. That's probably the only way to get to Boston besides the Serta shuttle, and that's difficult. Kitchen, Masha, where are you? Oh, there you are. Masha is here every day. In the summer she babysits, but she's here every day from September to June. Sets up the congregate meal and takes good care of those people in there, and helps me when I need help, helps in the kitchen. So thank you, Masha. Appreciate it. That's a lot of hours, because that's from like 8 to 12 every day, and sometimes 1, and it's every day, so appreciate that. Oh boy, Single Senior Supper Club. Without these people, there would be no Single Supper Club. We have about 60 people that attend. Gets a little higher in the summer because the snowbirds come back. And Dorothea Machado is our little banker. She sits there, collects the money, and if it's not balanced to the penny, she doesn't sleep. Yeah, right. Sandy Medeiros, Jerry Giusti, Janet Rose. Thank you, thank you. They help serve. They work in the kitchen with me, or they are serving people. Couldn't do it without you. Judy Rigo, Judy Cambra, Joan Petrin, Maureen Burgo, Ethel Souza, Helen Tavaz. I didn't miss anybody, did I? The cleanup crew. I love you guys. I love you. They saved me about half an hour after the Single Senior Supper Club because they clean all the tables, they put all the chairs away, they pick the tables up, move them. They're amazing. They're strong because they do Zumba. The health awareness group, Muriel Broadland, going strong there. Your numbers are getting a little bigger with your the ladies that come and listen to you. Cheer them on. Come on, cheer them on. You get them all. You give them so much good information. You research it all week, and then Thursday you come and give it all to them, and then you go to ice cream somewhere. Right? It's ice cream somewhere. You know, it used to be Friendly's, but thank you, Muriel, because you're here on Thursday mornings, but I know you're doing a lot of work at home to get it ready.
You know, Bequest is one thing, but we changed it to health awareness for that reason.
Yes.
How much weight have you lost a pound? How long have you been coming? Years.
Hey, it's okay. Bingo. Carol and Ed Arsenal, I don't think they're here. Carol is so dedicated to bingo. She's here almost every Friday and sets everything up, puts everything away, calls bingo, and when she can't be here, my dear Mario Rigo over here steps in. And I'm extremely grateful for that because it would be me. And I don't like to call her. I'm too small, they call me. So thank you, Mario. And he's another one. We can call him the last minute. Mario Carroll can't come in. Oh, no problem. He's here. Anne Mazzone, she runs the biking club. not the motorcycle biking. And she's very dedicated. Are you here, Ann? Oh, no, she told me she couldn't make it. Every Thursday, the bikers, sometimes they meet here and sometimes they meet at other locations, and they ride quite a few miles, and there's probably about 12 or 14 of them. And she organizes all of that. And then in the fall, when it starts getting too cold to ride, they hike. And they meet at different places and they hike. And then pitch, the card game pitch, Frank Longiano, he's been doing that for I don't know how many years, running that group. And so we're grateful to him. And that is Wednesday and Thursday. So thank you, Frank. Deb Rock runs the sewing group on Mondays and then Thursday nights, because we just don't have the room during the day, so she comes at night, and she's been doing that for a long time too, so thank you, Debbie. The osteo class, they're a great group. They all pitch in. They don't have a designated leader, but they all pitch in to keep that group going, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that's Mary Jane Richard, Evie Griffith, Carol Sherman, Jean Dupre, and Dorothea Machado. And Janet. They all pitch in and take turns, right, girls? Am I right? And every day somebody will lead the group in sections. So thank you. That's a really well-attended group, and people really like that group. So I thank you very much for keeping it going all this time. And that's been going on long before I was here. Yeah. Now I'm going to move on to community agencies and organizations. I'm going to start with Coastline. You know, what would all of us COAs do without Coastline? Paula Shiner, Ann McCrillis, Carol Ryan, who's here. Are you still here, Carol? Yeah. She left. She was delivering the food. She's supposed to be a guest, and yeah, of course, she's running around helping. So thank you, Carol. And Phil Beard, who is in charge of nutrition. Phil provides all the food for us for Single Senior Supper Club and any special events that we have. He was doing my LGBT group, but we have a grant for that, so they get, you know, food from outside now. But we get grants from Coastline. We have a Title III grant for Social Day. They will pay for some folks to attend that are qualified to attend Social Day. They're amazing people. Ann McCrillis is the planner, and she's responsible for a couple of vans that we've gotten. So I am so grateful to Coastline and everything that they've done for not just this COA, but the whole South Coast, really, because they are involved all the way up to Taunton, down to Wareham. They're amazing. Eva Fay, residents at Citadel. Oh, yeah. That's all the Single Senior Supper Club. Eva, first Tuesday, comes in with all her ice cream, and I'm talking about 12 half gallons, 14 half gallons. Whipped cream, all the toppings, nuts, cherries, sprinkles. She lugs it all in. We set the cart up. Huh?
It's like she's
bringing in gold. Yeah. Well, when she walks in, they're all screaming. I thought J-Lo, you know. Oh, Eva, thank you. And then, not only does she bring it in, we go table by table by table, and she helps me make all the sundaes individually for everyone.
Getting good at them, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Eva. Love you. Our Ladies Haven, Lisa Grillo. Lisa, thank you so much. Lisa is responsible for providing us with all of our desserts for our holidays, when we do Thanksgiving, when we do Easter. She donates a raffle every month for us. anything I need, I just call Lisa, and she's, oh yeah, no problem. You need cookies for this event, you need this. She's always there for us, Lisa.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Community nurse and hospice. Tanisha Washington is the marketing gal over there. And she's just organized a Matter of Balance class here for about 20 ladies. I think they have 1 week left, and those ladies really enjoyed that class. And Tanisha is, she's a real go-getter, and she's always here she's always here asking, what do you need? She went to the health awareness group and talked to them, and thank you, Tanisha. And then we have Martha, who comes on the 3 Thursdays a month and does a wellness clinic, blood pressure checks, and she's actually caught some people in trouble while she was here, so we're grateful to her. Carol McAfee, she runs the caregiver support group the first Wednesday of the month here. And Barbara Canuel, she's the dietitian over there, and she is here once a month on the Thursday that Martha's not here, and she does dietitian consultations with people one-on-one, and she puts a lot of effort into that. So thank you to everyone over at Community Nurse and Hospice for all you do for us. The Atria, again, they're so good to us too. That's where Social Day is today. They open the Atria for us, and we bring our entertainment there. They give them lunch, and they always have a nice day for our Social Day folks. So big thank you to them, and they also will provide any food that, if we need something, they're really good about that. So we thank the Atria. South Coast VNA and Hospice, Nancy Arnold, she's a grief counselor, and she runs 2 grief support groups here at night on the 1st and 3rd Tuesday. She had so many people in the first group, she had to have another group, and she splits it up, so widow and widower. They come on the first Tuesday, and the 3rd Tuesday is anyone else who's lost someone. So Nancy also very dedicated and provides a lot of support to people who are in need. Beacon Hospice, John Ryder, he's at the table for 2. J-Lo. John is a grief counselor as well from Beacon Hospice, and he does a 6-week workshop, which is a little different than a grief support group. It's an actual workshop. They have homework, and they really dig emotionally, and they love that group, and thank you very much. It's like 2 or 3 times a year you run that here? Yeah, 2 or 3 times, and thank you very much. The DAV, my buddies from the DAV. Commander Jim Gagney, Junior Vice Commander Bill Como, and Senior Vice Commander Roland Boisford. I just, I love veterans, and you guys are just so special to me, and when they have an event here, we do pancake breakfast. They're going to be coming in a couple of weeks for a meat pie again, so get ready. They put their donation jug out, and then they give me the donation afterwards. So what I do with that donation is I put it towards my Easter dinner and my Thanksgiving dinner, and food for people in the community that might need some help. And you guys are awesome, and thank you for everything that you do for the COA. Appreciate it. The Lions Club, Bill Manise. He's a king lion. Bill Kliegel, John Medeiros, and Jack Daly. Is Jack here? There he is. Did Louise make it? No. Okay. This group they're just so amazing. Thanks to Mr. Manise and the Lions, we have our gardens he does our gardens for them. He rototills them, he fills them, he plants them, he waters it. He's here all summer watering. He's here picking stuff, and then he takes all the vegetables and we put it on the counter, and the seniors take whatever's from the garden.
Right.
That's ours right then and there. Yeah. And then they've also done the Sand for Senior program, which is the collaboration between the COA and the Fairhaven Commission on Disability. And it provides seniors who request a 5-gallon bucket of the sand salt mix. And we get it at the town yard. Bill and his gang, probably his sons, right? They go down there, the seniors call, I make the list, get the addresses, he puts it all in order. They go down there, fill the buckets, and go on their merry way, dropping the buckets off. They also bring sand for people who just need a refill. They might not need a whole bucket. They have a bucket already and they need a refill. And that is really important, because that is a fall risk prevention that the town has in place for seniors. So that in itself, thank you so much for that. They also clean the bocce court for us. Whatever we need, they're there for us. So thank you guys so much. Let's see, the Rotary Club, and Lisa is here with the Rotary Club, and Melissa Kaczowski. I've always said Kaczowski, and that's not right. I just learned when we did the cooking with the grandkids the other day. I'm just going to call her MK, because that's what she goes by. MK, she is responsible for putting together the Senior Talent Show. This is the 4th annual Senior Talent Showcase. It is May 5th at the Town Hall in the auditorium. It's a really good show. Seniors have a lot of talent. We're even going to have a clown this year. Daisy D. Dog. So thank you to MK for all of her efforts, and to the Rotary Club for everything that they've done for us too. There's so much. And I coming to the end, I just want to thank a few people, my husband Keith, my son Dan and Tom, my daughter Meg, Nick Costa, Dan Freitas, Mark Badway. These guys give up their Thanksgiving and Easter holiday, and they come and play with me in the kitchen. And we serve about 50 people on those holidays, and we put, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 meals in the community. And so I appreciate that, and my daughter Meg also.
And Sylvia too.
That's right. Meg also, in the summer when school's out, does the Senior Supper Club. And she's, I mean, I gotta say it, she's South Coast 2018 Teacher of the Year. So this concludes our volunteer appreciation. I didn't miss anybody, did I? Please. Thank God.
Anne, I think you did miss somebody. You, because without
That's exactly right.